Good morning. Welcome to AVNewsCast.com. We have a special guest in with us today. Hey, this is Tiffany. And that was Tennyson, correct?
Yes.
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 All right. Yeah, Steve and Angie both have personal issues, so I wish both of them a speedy recovery, and we're going to take it ourselves today. Whew.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, absolutely.
Long road to get here right now at this moment in time, and I am absolutely honored and so appreciate.
Oh, my pleasure.
So appreciate.
So how was what kind of brought you here? Do you want to go into it some, or
Which part? Where would you like to start?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. Well, let's see. Oh, I have a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody remembers where they were when the towers fell.
Oh yeah. I
And-
was in the living room getting ready for a networking class. My wife was getting ready for work. I turned on the television and saw the smoking tower. And I went to take the trash out, and I came back in, and the TV was off. And I said, "Why'd you turn the television off? I was watching that." And she said, "Because they kept saying they think an airplane ran into it." Well, of course an airplane ran into it. Look how high it was. You know, she got a little frustrated with it, and then we did our drive, and just the bottom fell out in the whole world. But please.
Yes, that I was sitting, ironically enough, I don't believe in irony. I believe coincidence is God's way of staying honest.
Amen.
Yes. And my brother gave me this cross, and I hang on to it because I love him more than words. You know, my family back east. And shout out Matthew Tennyson. Hey. And family. Yes, I was in a level 5 hoarding environment out in Leona Valley. Gotcha. 2,100 square foot house that my grandparents bought. And I was asked to report the weather. And it's because I grew up out here 33 years. And I was just stunned, staring at the TV, and the same thing that we all heard. And I had, shortly after, when I was 18, I joined the Army to leave the Antelope Valley, and because, obvious.
It never completely works out, though, does it? This valley's
No,
like a black
it doesn't.
hole.
It apparently, from the sky, it is a vortex of you cannot leave. You know, that was always my theory. That you try to leave, and you always come back. And I actually left and got a studio waiting for me down in Studio City because of Eric Audet. You know, he got out. He had to go to Pakistan to do it. Permanently. But I like to come back. I like to do things the hard way. And shout out Eric. So anyway, and you can find him on National Geographic. Locked Up Abroad.
Oh, yeah. Been there, done that.
Yeah, locked up at home. Take it one step further. So anyway, I was asked to report the weather, and I signed up. I wanted to be an Arabic linguist,
nice.
and I wanted to be a spy. I wanted that, but I've never been able to lie to save my own life, and that has worked against me in many a relationship and many a part, whatever, all the time.
Right.
And they saw that, and I'm so grateful. They asked me to go downstairs. First of all, I was told by the Air Force that, I couldn't get in, become a helicopter pilot, and I didn't want that anyway because get my hands dirty.
Yeah.
And I was too used to that in the hoarding environment. So, I went downstairs. My grandparents are still alive. My grandfather, World War II vet with 2 Purple Hearts. One,
Wow.
I am absolutely going to prove he lost it in the St. Louis fire.
Oh.
I went down and I made that promise to God and country, because the Army was able to offer me what the Air Force couldn't, but I couldn't get into the Navy. I tried Navy for linguist to start with, and I tried every service, and basically, the Army was the only one that would accept me, and I went downstairs after they said, I needed to come back here to clean up my credit, and if I wanted to have that job, but they could tell.
That's one of the big things they look for going through the clearance thing.
Right.
Have you ever heard the acronym MICE?
No.
That's something the Russians came up with. It stands for money, ideology, compromise, and ego.
Nice.
Those are the ways that they can get somebody and get them under their control.
Well, they saw me coming from a mile away that I couldn't do that job. I knew I'd be protected, but they saw me coming, and I'm grateful for that because I, in turn, my willingness to still stay after not having the job that I wanted.
Right. Showed a drive, showed a desire to be there and to do your part. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I went downstairs and I picked. I got to pick an MOS of my choosing, and I was going to be the first broadcast journalist from Lancaster.
Nice.
So this is my opportunity to prove myself to my family, to my loved ones who have fostered me, raised me in this valley, and fostered me to back from death of both my own doing and not of my own doing by trusting and relying on doctors and proving them wrong, and taking one nuclear radioactive iodine pill back in 2011.
Why would they give you something like that?
That is a good question.
Huh.
That is a good question. I had Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and for that you get a pill that that balances you out so that you can, if you have psychiatric issues, which I do have, and the stigma that goes behind it, and I know so many that do, that cannot be taken care of properly in this area.
No.
That's why I left town, because I found help out of town, and I came back to prove it.
Nami's sure trying to help, though.
Right? Yeah. I'm no martyr.
No.
Though,
No.
It's a miracle that I'm alive, that I can, share this story. But, I lost the coin. Sergeant Major gave me a coin. And the only real coin that I cared about that was lost in the horde out there. And for being willing. And I have a DD-214 on file for pre-existing medical condition, growing up in the toxic environment that created the Hashimoto's, the high antibodies that killed my healthy thyroid, and I'm being nurtured back to health. I'll be okay in like 6 weeks, I guess.
Wow.
But anyway, I'm getting a lot of help because of that DD-214, because of that willingness, and thanks to J.D. Kennedy, who doesn't have a job.
Oh.
Who's the real veteran supporter around here, the one that's helping me out, and I'm like, why is everyone calling me? Why doesn't this man have a job? Because he's the one that set me up in an apartment in Quartz Hill. His beautiful wife pageant queen that I identify with because I am a grown pageant queen, Little Miss Leona Valley, 1988.
Oh, wow.
I can. That's that's what kind of damage can be done if you. Yeah. So, but I don't regret any of it. But she, he gave up at her suggestion. He gave up his position in Buck McKeon's office. My grandfather used to call Buck McKeon all the time. Mm-hmm. And Antonovich for, county-related problems, government
That was
problems.
my mother's immediate supervisor before she retired.
Nice.
Yeah, she was head of the Antelope and Santa Clarita Valleys BCFS offices.
Okay.
So, the horror stories.
So we've probably been in contact. My grandfather, grandmother, especially my grandmother, probably had been in contact with her. This is such a small valley.
It's creepy.
That man needs a job. J.D. Kennedy needs. If he doesn't already have one, he needs one.
Okay.
And so he set me up. I didn't know I had any benefits from just that willingness. And you don't know till you know. All I know is that my friends and family saw me going down in flames because of depression and bipolar disorder, and sent me to Vista Del Mar up in Ventura, and a beautiful place. And veterans have been literally saving my life from the radioactive pill that I shouldn't have been allowed to take in one bad relationship.
Well, I've often heard, though, the radioactive iodine when there's a thyroid issue.
Yes, and thyroid issues are very common in women across the nation. 50% of American women suffer from them, and their relationships suffer because...
My sister had half of hers removed. So, yep.
It happens every day, and it's hit and miss, unfortunately. But I was told I'm sorry at the end of asking questions, and finding out answers to the corruption in Lancaster. The tie to I'd heard, it's just a rumor. I had heard that my former endocrinologist was accepting kickbacks from AVOIC, the imaging center that gave me the pill. And I went in and asked questions, and the answers did not sit well with me, nor would they any other rational human being.
Right.
And they certainly do not sit well with my family and friends, and anyone that has ever loved me or cared about me. And I may have lost my entire right to have children, and may have gone into pre-menopause.
Wow.
Because of it. Because I research, infiltrate, and destroy facts by nature. And it almost got me killed. I ended up in ICU at Palmdale Regional because of the best family and friends that anyone could ever ask for. Family is not always what it's cracked up to be. And my legal name is Tiffany Nicole Holroyd _DeRosier. I come from a family of heroes, and I'm blessed to be a part of these heroes, especially my uncle Lauren. Works for the fire department, and I love him to death. We're a product of our environment, is what he says. And anyway, so I owe a lot of people answers and money for what I let happen to me. And so I came back to give those answers, and I just happened to come back on a day where...
Yes. Now, speaking about what you have given to... went to Angie's camera. There we are. Speaking of what you have given back to the community, tell me a little bit about what happened with the cemetery.
Oh, my gosh. Carla Reimers Archuleta and Dave Owens and J.D. Kennedy
Dave Owens.
And Mellow Moods Mafia and everyone who came out that day that showed me that root by root these sagebrushes could be just carried out. I stood there in awe and watched the power of unity in numbers.
Because I'm a native here as well, and I've driven by that cemetery over and over and over again, and just thought, what a shame, what a waste, what the people that are there, what a disrespect it is to them.
Well,
that it's just gone to scrub. But
not anymore. I am very, 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 very grateful, very happy to report that because of Facebook. Mm-hmm. And the powers that be and God, it was like watching Noah's Ark.
Wow.
To me, in my eyes, my perception, it was just, I was astonished and in awe, and I've been, I was told, I need some humility, I'm on a power trip, and I'm like, well, I'm sitting on taxpayers' dollars right now, so I figured I would go and do something about it and try to live up to the name that my grandfather made. And he was trying to actually get away from my grandmother, is my theory, because she wasn't afforded the opportunities that we are to get help today.
Wow.
And she had to face stigma under depression and all of those, the greatest generation, everything they had to go through. And so the American Legion, Post 348, it's right there on the back of the memorial to my grandfather and the other two gentlemen that helped him. And I just found out yesterday, and it's on my Facebook, that Mayor Jim Ledford fulfilled his promise to my grandfather that he would have the cemetery taken care of. And I cannot wait to meet that man and thank him in person. Because I'm blessed to receive the honor that my grandmother tore up the American Legion. She loved to drink, and being an alcoholic myself, and knowing that I cannot drink because of my past, I helped wreck this community. And being able to be sober, give back, and make amends, if you will, in the way that my grandfather was an alcoholic, and He just wanted to see me grow up.
Right. And
so I know that they're, shining. I can feel they're finally proud of me.
Right. Oh, well, Jim's a great friend of the show. We'll have to see what we can arrange.
Oh, that would be awesome, because there are many others that I would like to meet and thank. It's being turned into a nonprofit organization thanks to Carla's master work with genealogy, and that was the news that I needed to come back for. I needed to hear to be able to come back and not hide in Los Angeles, trying to find help that we do not have up here in legal system.
Right.
And so that's why I came back. Was as soon as I got that news, I knew it was all green lights were a go, and I could pick up the phone in good conscience again, and I could handle business again the best way that I know how, and stay out of trouble. Mm-hmm.
It's easier said than done in this town.
Well, I was just on Skid Row. Mm-hmm. And I went there because I know the director of the Midnight Mission, and I needed help, and I didn't know where to go up here because I knew I wasn't safe. I'd gotten some life-threatening messages on my phone and some call-outs for physical fights that I do not believe in. And, the most important call-out to me is the title that I've been given as a veteran supporter. Mm-hmm. Because I do not believe in war. It is to some people necessary, but oil and water do not mix, proven. And it is what it is. However, I still hold true. I do not subscribe to that.
Right.
I do not. And I do not subscribe to anyone having blood on their hands, and there's a lot of mentally ill veterans here that have saved my life. Not just, on Skid Row, my father was the cop that would beat these gentlemen's kneecaps.
Oh.
And that was, a very bad cop that got what he deserved and was asked to retire from LAPD.
Wow.
And I'm not ashamed to say that at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's happily married, and once I saw the Skid Row, and these guys, this one gentleman, I gave him my card, and I hope to God that he calls me, because he was on crack and
Wow.
took me to the VA, where I couldn't get medical attention because my records are up here at MHA.
Ugh.
And I'm on a wait list, and I actually had to come back to the proverbial lion's den
Right.
in order to get help here and face all of my fears of people that have threatened my life,
Mm-hmm.
but more importantly, make sure that they got the help that they need in a court of law. And especially one gentleman that has a very, very suicidal, homicidal tendency right now that wants to see anybody dead because he's stuck in Vietnam mentality.
Right.
And just like my father, Vietnam vet. And so I don't blame anyone. However, having blood on anyone's hands is absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. Fist, gun, whatever it should be. I believe that laws should be abided at whatever cost.
Right.
And I'm well protected by the cops that I tried to get emergency restraining orders against, and backed by every veteran that you can possibly think of. So I came back. I'm not a stupid woman. I came back well protected without needing any kind of unlicensed weapon that I felt like I might need.
Yeah.
And I know exactly who to call. I'm looking very much forward to meeting Mayor R.X. Paris and discussing the entire situation of the corruption that I found in his city, now that I know that Palmdale is well taken care of, as my grandfather would have it.
Good.
And nobody messes with Leona Valley, however.
No?
That is my hometown, and we have property out there. And I will buy the 33 and a half acres that I grew up on and turn
nice.
that into a healing environment for veterans.
Oh, that's so needed.
This lawsuit of all time. And I would like R.X. Paris to handle this case, because I did call in and it's in his jurisdiction. He's the mayor. It just, it makes sense, and it's the right thing to do. And I always do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was fostered here. I have the utmost respect for foster parents, because I wanted to be a foster parent because I gave up my rights a long time ago to have kids. I knew that it would not work out well for me, and my family understands that, and I understand that. I made bad choices that put me in a position today to be able to take care of financially the amends that I owe for the wreckage that I caused this hometown of mine.
The fostering is the best thing in the world I've ever done.
Absolutely, and they wanted me to stay, but when you're dealing with hoarders, it's a backwards OCD, but backwards control issue, another mental illness under an umbrella term.
Right.
And so, again, having to become one myself and learning from another Navy vet like yourself.
Yay.
Best. They're the best.
Thank you.
They're the best. Yes, you are welcome.
We
Thank
can do
you.
knots.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yes, he untied this one for me, the one my brother gave me, and of course, no such thing as an independent woman. You can get in all sorts of trouble in downtown LA and 18th Street gang territory when you're not paying attention. However, and so I had to come to another Navy, to untie that. No. So, completely lost my train of thought on that one. But no, he and I came up with a great idea that would absolutely benefit everyone in the long run. To these 12 parcels that my family, my uncle Lauren, who does not like to be called out for being a hero, but he is, and he doesn't want credit. Very humble, generous man that I owe a lot of money to, and owns a lot of property that my grandmother acquired debt before she passed on. I have something to prove, absolutely, and that it can be done. If we work together. The cemetery showed me that.
So just bring us all up to speed. What exactly did you do at the cemetery? And
it wasn't. I just created an event on Facebook in January, and 5 of my gracious friends showed up to show their support of what I believed in, and we were out there, and they brought their kids, and let's see, that's Alan and Adria and Melanie, and they're all on my Facebook, and which will be back up and running thanks to Jeffrey. As soon as possible, back Rosie the Riveter status, once I get my hair done and all. But, so we came out, there was 5 of us in January, and all of a sudden, it was right before Memorial Day, and perfect timing.
As you're talking, let me take a look and see if I can get some pictures of this we can put up. But just tell us about the event, and I'll work on that.
I just never in a million years expected. I underestimated the power of Facebook.
It's something, isn't it?
It is.
It's amazing.
It is. It is to be used for a force of good or bad, and being bullied my entire life, neglected my entire life in different forms and fashions, and feeling like the scarlet letter has been stamped on my forehead permanently. It was just never in a million years did I think that so many people would come out. James, president of the Antelope Valley Council of the National Rifle Association. The irony, I can't have a gun for 5 years, but I appealed that because I'm a Republican.
Yes.
And I don't want to. I just wanted to go skeet shooting, and I'm a good shot with a long rifle. But yeah, I don't want a gun. It's just anger management if used appropriately.
Right.
And I have a certificate to prove that. It's my birthday present to myself. And so anyway, so he said, my work at the cemetery was fully backed by the Antelope Valley Council and NRA, and I cannot remember the gentleman's name that came out. James wasn't able to come out, but so many people that took an interest that you wouldn't think. People think that they thanked me for being the change that they want to see in the world, when in reality, okay.
Let me let's just try to get this thing to blow up full size here. 1 second. You can go on. It's going to take me 1 second to get this lined up here. Quiet.
Oh, Lydia says, happy anniversary. I love you, sweet souls. Just wanted to make sure you caught that. Because, Jeffrey and his beautiful wife, their anniversary was yesterday, correct?
Yes.
Yesterday, yes. So, happy anniversary. You I haven't even met her, but I know that you guys are amazing.
Oh, she's...
Because you have little Frank over there who I will not forget his name this time.
He's the best.
Yes.
Well, I am. Let's switch over here and let's take a look through some of the pictures.
Okay. Now,
here we go.
First of all, I need to comment on this dress right here going on. Now, Adam Chant at Vintage Styles Now on the Boulevard, which is my happy place to walk, but you can't do that at night without people thinking you're a hooker.
Oy.
So, lesson learned.
Feel that.
But it's fine.
Whoops.
It's safe on the Boulevard.
What happened here? Oh, for Pete's sake.
I love the Boulevard. Well, let's read that. What's going on? 14 years. This is more important.
Oh.
Right. Now, okay, this is the part where we appeal to the women.
Sweetheart. She's so precious. She's the best thing ever.
And they say that chivalry is dead. I can prove that to not be true. Absolutely.
I'm so
And I've got
blessed.
names.
So blessed to have this woman. Where'd you go? There you are. Let's get out of here. Let's get there.
Okay, I didn't like that picture.
No.
AV Media already knows that. I guess I was the first person to say something about it. The 300 shoots that they did out here. how I roll. Okay, so this is Carla.
Hey, dang it.
Oh, that's Tiffany. That's my pseudo sis, and that's Damien. That is her beautiful son that we bonded over. I had never changed a diaper. He did not like the experience. I did not like the experience very much, but it was a bond. It was a bond, and so that is that pseudo dad. We call him Sergeant Strawn, and that is his first grandchild. Now, what is very sad about their situation is that her fiance is he is still trying to earn a living the best way that he knows how. Another vet,
Right.
and they're completely separated. I mean, she is working. She's a single mom, and Mark is supporting her to the best of his ability, supporting both of them, being the best grandfather that he can be. And they're completely separated. And I was talking to her for a long. I love talking to that woman. She's so intelligent, so smart, and has the most beautiful artwork that I'm going to absolutely post anywhere that I can, because she's amazing. And but she works with kids, and I love her to death. And she's one of my pseudo sisters.
Right.
And the other one's Deanna Strawn, and she's just a nut, and I love her. And just like me. And so anyway.
Okay.
So this dress right here was graciously provided by Adam Chant at Vintage Styles Now. Now, all of his products are made in the USA, and he can order anything online for pinups, for anything rockabilly, that kind of style. And
Talk about a passion for what you do. My brother-in-law is just fastidious about his clothes. He's nuts about clothes.
Adam is the same way, and his wife makes it all.
They were in there for, must have been an hour and a half, just discussing denim.
That's Adam denim. Is your man. Adam is your man.
And my brother-in-law was just amazed. He loves anybody with a passion for something that knows, that's researched it enough to know everything in the world about it. And he was just amazed with Adam. Adam
is, oh my gosh, I just cannot say enough kind words for. I mean, they threw this together, he and his wife, at the last minute. Now, what honestly irritated me was this morning. Okay, the curls I did for the pinup shoot, I learned them on YouTube, like self-taught everything I know. What really irritated me, and the leader of the pack is what I call her. I cannot remember her name right now, but Tracy, the beautiful tatted up Air America girl. She looked at me and she's like, "What happened?" And I was thinking I was answering the phone, and I felt so disgraced about the generosity of what he allowed me to be a part of. However, I was super irritated that I couldn't match the whole thing and be these girls are just amazing, and Vintage Styles Now just needs more business. Is made in the USA. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the way Sam Walton used to do it. The way my grandfather taught me to shop, and I hate shopping at Walmart, honestly, because I worked there.
Yeah.
And I know what it's like. But I love some chaos, love Black Friday. Now, I grew up with her. She asked me to take a picture with her. And I was shaking. I'm like, you want, first of all, I had no idea that who she was until I'm hearing her speak. I'm being asked to speak at Memorial Day service, and everybody wants to know why I'm so emotional. Well, because everybody's on their phone and talking during Memorial Day service. So I was a little irritated.
Yeah.
Excuse me for being an American who was raised right. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people don't know my values because I forgot. I was so heavily medicated on drugs that I didn't need at the time, and now I've gotten the help that I need down in Sherman Oaks waiting for me. And such, but we have it up here. Mm-hmm. We have it up here. But anyway, different message. So, ADHD was my first diagnosis, by the way, on Ritalin since I was 9. Probably explains that. So, honor and Girl Scout umbrella. Jessica
Nice.
Winchell, leader of the Girl Scout pack, and beautiful women. Oh, there's Tracy.
Yep.
So these wings right here, she would tell a better story, obviously, about what they represent to her family heritage. But it's just an amazing, powerful story. Once again, Adam and J.D. Kennedy pulled off that air show. I mean, the stories that you can hear while listening to people are pretty amazing and need to be shared. And I mean, just the absolute heartfelt honor that we all felt at that moment. I don't remember who was speaking. Jackie O, right?
Yeah.
Definitely, I was like, hey, this Jackie O, look, right? But anyway, this is like, okay, hold on, something's going on, and I need to pay attention because I'm not liking this stuff. But, the respect that was shown at the cemetery on this day, what happened to be able to tie the bond that's been broken somehow in overtime, whatever, between Lancaster and Palmdale. I've been allowed to unite because of great people like Dave Owens and Carla and everybody that showed up. I mean, we were able to form under Dave's suggestion to unite the Friends of the Cemetery, that we could have Lancaster and Palmdale be allies, be friends again.
Yeah.
And something that you just can't do in politics.
Right.
As an underdog myself, being such a fan of the underdog, and J.D. Kennedy, all of his great work, I had no idea that he was an underdog that day. I went and voted for him in good conscience, and ended up with test anxiety because I had not done my homework, but I knew enough. So I have a goal. I have an absolute goal. Okay.
There's Jim.
There's Jim. Yeah, okay. Now, he's talking to me right now, but I'm like, I don't believe you right now. I don't. That's what I was thinking. Like, I'm going to, fake it till you make it. We'll see. We'll see. Now, but Carla and Jim pulled off an amazing stunt by making that into a nonprofit organization to take the weight off the American Legion Post 348's back.
Yeah.
They've been carrying it for far too long, and they gave me a can of worms that I was willing and prepared completely to accept, and I wanted that can of worms, and because of David Monzo, One Way Photography, he started the pinup shoot. We have our own mission with a veterans magazine and pinup, but he started. There's my face way too close. I look like one of those dogs. One of those dogs that's too close to the camera. Oh. But anyway, so let's see. He helped me pull off the 21. I still get it wrong. 21 round salute, 21 gun salute. I've heard it two different ways. Yeah. Now the funny part is that everybody thought I was suicidal, because that's been my past. That's Bobbert. That is Bobbert, the gatekeeper of the cemetery.
Trying to get the 21 guns.
Yep, he's the one that gave me the brass out of the trunk. Alan was present that day. He reminds me so much of my grandfather. He just loves to watch the squirrels. And I told him, Alan, you're not going to get a date that way, but you do. You do what you need to do. And I love you. And I told him that. Yeah. He's awesome. But anyway, so I've got this bullet shell, whatever, casing I was given to that day by another, here we go. So part of, and I've got one waiting for me from a friend that I left there because I couldn't find the original one. Nice. And I gave one, so this is scary, and I see it now. But anyway, I left one. JD said he had a friend that makes pens out of these.
Oh, wow.
So that's why Bobbert graciously gave me all the brass that I wanted, and I gave one to Adam Chant. I gave one to as many people as I could. Tried giving one to JD. I don't remember if he took it or not, but now I know what it looks like. Here's a bullet, and everything that happened, but not what. No. he told me that he's got this friend, William Shakespeare said, the pen is mightier than the sword. And I recently just was able to start journaling again, in diary. But, so I challenged, David Monzo did all this, one-way photography. Mm-hmm. The color guard, they couldn't, like my grandfather, they couldn't get it together, so we got, this is all last minute right here. Wow. J.D. Kennedy, I forget his name, but local hero, mm-hmm. again. And then just, your people that usually would not mix, right? All right here. Like, wow. Female. The only thing missing right here is gay, and we don't know. Don't ask, don't tell, right? Mm-hmm. So we don't care. But shout out to the house, by the way, all my gays. And you don't know what pride is until you have to fall. But right. Anyway, so this is just, to me, just the perfect mix of people who normally shouldn't be able to pull off a 21-round salute, but right. You do what you have to do, and they pulled it off. I was able to pull it off because of these men, vets and not vets. And this lady right here, she, last minute, I found out they were like, hey, you want to be part of it? And she's like, yeah. So, they pulled it off. And so this is what that bullet represents, is, and I want to have those pens made to represent, for the first board members. Carla's looking for board members to sit on that committee. And, she asked me, she's so funny. She's like, can I? And I'm like, you can have it. I don't want it. I just wanted to know it's taken care of, and I want to be able to make decisions. I want to be a liaison.
Right.
That's my job. Mm-hmm. And I do, that's what I'm good at. And there's too many vets in this area dying for whatever. But, so anyway.
Isn't that something you get a vet, get his appointment to go to the VA 2 years after he's dead.
Right, and there is one out there.
What a disgrace that is.
It is, and there's one out there that threatened too many lives on my behalf, and really thought that I was going to make a call for a hit. And you just can't mess with these guys. Yeah. You can't. It's PTSD for a reason, and mental illness is nothing but an umbrella term, and dual diagnosis along with alcohol and drugs and everything that goes along with treating the pain of actual war. And I'm the one being helped. I'm the one that is, being called a veteran supporter, and you're damn right I hold that title, and I hold it proudly because I was unable to fulfill my call of duty, but these guys weren't, and they helped me out. And I am looking for this gentleman to be able to get him the help that was provided so graciously to me at Vista Del Mar, being detoxed from all the unnecessary psych meds to be able to get the real inside help, therapy, the cognitive therapy, dialectical, whatever you want to call it, on top of medication, mm-hmm. The right medication. And that's what they need. They don't need to be called anything.
Right.
And nobody needs to be called out, for a war, for a fight, for no reason. But this gentleman, I have to find him because he did threaten to do something stupid, and he's suicidal and homicidal, and because of a woman. Irony? No. I know the damage that I can cause to a man. I do. And I am unwilling to participate in any... We don't have a special victims unit up here.
No.
And there's nothing special about me that I can report things that are wrong. And, however, I couldn't make the call fast enough because I couldn't choose which one was more important.
Wow.
And that's the truth. And I will testify to that in a court of law. I will take a lie detector test to prove innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Because of one stupid radioactive iodine pill and one stupid relationship. And when a man's father says, if this man ever lays a hand on you or raises a hand to you, now he never laid a hand on me. Now, a lot of people can testify that I did do my share in violence in that part in that relationship, and I own it. And I sought help, didn't get it here, asked for help, went away every which way I could, and I have witnesses to testify to my kind of crazy. That fine, it stands for effed up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional when you're talking about a woman. And especially an independent woman, single with no kids, who's the threat to everyone, and very intimidating. But, however, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous to threaten anybody's life and cut people off financially, send them out of state, and that's what happened. And I witnessed it, and I already have everything in place to prove it, and I will not hide, and I do not back down from a fight, and I do not physically fight any man or any woman anymore, Marine or not, especially when I know what's going to happen to her, because he changed me into someone that I never was, never thought I could be, but I am so grateful for the experience because I'm not the only woman, and I know what his exes have been through, and I know what his father's exes have been through, and, I have my own anger issues to deal with, and I know how to deal with them appropriately. And I do thank God that my, gun rights were taken away, but I'm able to appeal them, and I checked off that box, and I did the right thing. I've always done the right thing. I left that hospital, keys in hand, the right way. Did not lie my way out. I will say I did want a cigarette because I had started smoking again right before then, and I was like, no, I will be back. And but I intend to go back with a car full of veterans that need the help that I was provided because of the DD-214 I have in file. Whether I was able to make it at that time or not doesn't matter. It was not an honorable nor dishonorable discharge. It was a general discharge. I went to Edwards Air Force Base to seek help, protection, because these men are so dangerous. And that's why I feel blessed to be able to say this on air, is because a lot of people don't understand why I said the things that I said, why I offered all the help that I could, the best way I knew how at the time. I did the best I could with the information I was given at the time. Do not regret it. Do not wish to shut the door on it. Will not. And that's why I came back. And I just happened to show up at the right place at the right time, with no money, living in my car, homeless, and need a safe place to stay for the next 2 weeks because I paid $300 at the Palmdale Regional Hotel, and they're going to pay those bills, not me.
Wow.
And I will leave everything up to a judge in a court of law, and I have witnesses everywhere. Everywhere now to show, and one Navy vet that is willing to come up here and and testify to what kind of crazy I came to him with, and he literally nurtured me back to health, saved my life, just as the vets have been doing. And you do not back down. You just don't. Especially when there's another insecure, neurotic Marine by his side challenging me to a fight and says, be a real woman. This is what real women do. You take it to court.
Yep.
You don't run.
No.
You don't leave state. You don't cut somebody off. That Cindy Shocker was left abandoned in Texas while she was taking care of her mother. After her mother had a heart attack, she was doing the right thing, and he cut her off. Ron Shocker cut her off from all financial means necessary to be able to provide for herself. Stole my heels. My shoes, my good postal shoes that I was using to work at Papa's place, which is a train wreck anyway. Was a train wreck, and
spent a few hours in there.
That's a whole different story. But I work for a living, and you don't steal a woman's shoes.
No,
you don't steal a woman's heels. I don't know where my red lucky heels were from that pinup day that started all the good stuff.
Weird foot fetish thing, or
yeah, it's called being a woman.
I mean stealing the shoes.
No. For addiction, it's addiction, and it's addiction that needs to be treated. He used to chew fentanyl patches, and he is a great man, clean and sober, an awesome, phenomenal Christian man.
I was going to ask, are those heels just perfect for crushing up a Percocet, or what?
I don't know. No. They I don't know what happened to. There's just one missing, and I went over there to ask my ex, where did they go, and caught him at a good time in a painful time, and helped each other out through conversation, and however, I'm sorry isn't good enough, and excuses do not matter. I ended up in a concussion in Palmdale Regional. I have all kinds of proof, and I have all kinds of witnesses to back it up, and that's the one thing that I have that they do not have. They may have gun power, but and illegally. But I have the real kind of firepower, words, information, documents, eyewitnesses, everything. And believe you me, I was in the studio industry area, and I was about ready to call CBS and Channel 4 and Channel 7 and all the channels, because I do not leave state. I will not leave my hometown until I know it's safe from men like this. Women are safe. So... And it's not. And I ended up in San Pedro, where he works at the Department of Water and Power. And they have tried to offer him help. And I have tried to offer my ex help the best way I know how. And I've been shunned for it. And I'm okay with that, because I know how to save my ass before my face. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on air looking like this. Trust and believe. I want my roots done. Krista at Montage is, by the way, the best hairdresser in the world. She just cannot... do hair and manage her own business at the same time, but apparently I'm good at publicity stunts, PR, of my own volition. I Dave Chappelled that before my friend Aaron told me I did, on Facebook.
That was where we first actually met, was at Montage.
What?
At the NAMI...
Oh, no, that was Ricardo's on the Boulevard. We met on the board of NAMI, the one that no one knows about, to go for help, and where it's dying because of cutbacks, government cutbacks once again, and where Gene Harris does the neurofeedback that is necessary to. My mom had brain surgery, and it's necessary to brain health. And I believe in that, in naturopathy and homeopathy. And my grandmother healed stage 4 lung cancer with natural things. And I know that she can heal my brain if it hasn't been permanently damaged by the thyroid, because I'm still recovering from no organ here, so my brain is just completely overactive.
With the neuroplasticity, though, I mean, it's amazing how the brain can reroute and repair itself.
Amazing. I'm on no medication right now, and whether I need to be or not, they prescribed me Ativan, and I do not want to be on benzos. I was the third person at High Desert Medical Group to show up detoxing from unnecessary benzodiazepines because the psychiatrists out here, Dr. Amani, the most amazing doctor I've ever met, that said, that was great in the beginning until the flood of psychiatric patients swept him away, just with every other doctor that they consider pill pushers. Amazing doctor. Taught me so much about bipolar and what Germany was able to bring to the table, what he was a part of deciphering those old records to be able to show what actually causes bipolar. And I said, what the hell are you doing in the Antelope Valley? Yeah. And he said, he had his choice. And Antelope Valley Hospital said they offered him the most money. He's smart. But up here, you get taken advantage of for being too smart for your own good. Yeah. Doctor, no doctor, doesn't matter. It does not matter. Well, he just got sucked into the system up here, and Gene Harris and NAMI.
Let's not get too down. Let's not get too down on my friends, though. I've often said that all my best friends' names end in Pam. Lorazepam, Temazepam. So don't.
Oh no!
Don't knock my benzo friends.
For me, I just need it's because my body is extremely levothyroxine, a generic synthroid drug, just nearly killed me. So I apologize. Didn't mean
no. It's just me being stupid.
It was just a near-death experience. You know, I've had enough of those on my own. I've had guns, whatever. But you know, I can try to kill myself very well on my own. Thank you very much. Without you know, one more pill. You know, I have a theory on like the mark of the beast. Like I love religion too.
Oh,
we'll
have to discuss.
About all the stuff.
We'll have to discuss.
It's just like labels. You know, you lift those labels, the veils of labels off, and you know, medication, all the things that we're told that we need when we could just, you know, take a nature walk. And there's beautiful nature out here on the outskirts that is left unseen. And I have been fortunate enough to bear witness to that by growing up here. And there's plenty of things to do here that do not include drugs of any nature, alcohol, and there's ways to go about it. And so it's this whole new life change for me that does not include trusting doctors, except for Dr. Copeland, my primary that can that I can trust. And it's not that I don't trust doctors. There's way too many psychiatric patients out there for them to be able to fix all of us.
Right.
So, you know, we have to go other places until that can be fixed. And because of the cemetery, I believe that we can do it together. Because I saw those roots and branches that my grandfather and Ed Mathis, who's still, you know, helping me out today, talked to him. But go Shaggers. I love the Messengers too. But I mean, but no, he helped my grandfather, and he helps me out, and you know, the stories of that cemetery of what they've been able to provide this community that I've seen with my own two eyes, and everybody saw on Facebook. It's just amazing of what I think that we can do together to unite this community and stop it from being what I feel is an illegal dumping grounds for LA's unwanted people. And just coming back from that, being an unwanted person in LA, but still couch hopping and knowing exactly where to go to be safe. I mean, these I ended up on 18th Street gang territory, and I didn't know I was there at night, and I was saved by a friend that wasn't supposed to be there at the right time. Wow. Can't tell me there is no God. Yep. So, you know, I scooted my little butt right back up here to find safety, because I know this town like the back of my hand. I know where to hide. I know where to go. I know who my friends are. I know who they aren't. And thank God for Facebook for weeding that out for me, too. Yeah. And just, you know, assumptions and my own assumptions. And they make an ass out of you and me. I don't like that, because it's really you and I, grammar. But I am the grammar police, my grandmother raised me.
Amen. You know what? Was this not the fastest hour of your week?
Oh, I can do anything quickly.
No, I mean, it's the hour's done. Doesn't that go quick?
It does, and I love it.
Yay. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for taking their time and listening to us, and we'll be back tomorrow. And thank you, Tiffany, for coming in here and sharing all you shared.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for having me.